Hi, welcome to This Is Your Spotlight. I am your host, Eurydice Roman, and today we're going to have exciting people from the podcast group Uptown Live Media. We have Rick Hierro and BX Craze. Stay tuned. Watch the most recent episode that we have playing right now, and I'll see you at the end of the show.
Yeah, marvelous. Okay. Yeah, I'm on my Frank Lucas shit. 3-piece suits, Valentino cufflinks, LV shoes. I bring the shorty closer, just enough to feel the gun on the holster. Out on the balcony, feeling on the breeze. City skylines, we're puffing on some trees. Cup of Henny on the rocks with the soda. Maybach, front of the building with the chauffeur. Yeah, and he waiting on me. Got umbrella in his hands and my name in the seats. No gift, baby, no thanks. No chinchillas, baby, so what happened to Frank? No phone calls, transactions hand in hand. Give the drugs to Rick, the money to Benny Banks. Talk to Craze and he talks to me. Keep my business out the streets, it's the ART.
Dun, dun, shaka-dun.
So unprepared, bro.
Yo, that shit always gets me hyped. Every time I hear that song.
Breath of fresh air.
Why are you breathing like that, bro?
It's so good to be back.
Oh shit, welcome back, bro.
Welcome
Yeah, I forgot you were out last week.
That's right.
Welcome to the Rick A Show. Now that I'm back, the ratings are through the roof.
Woo!
The comments are through the roof. Everybody's asking me about where I was last week. What happened to O's mic? Was Craze hijacking the show? Was I locked up in Craze's closet?
Nah, man.
I don't know about that. I mean, that dance kind of like, made us wonder for a second.
Hey,
hey, hold on a second. Why are you hating on the dance?
Yo, we worked hard on that.
I thought you guys look beautiful together, actually. I'm the only one that commented beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful 2 teddy bears dancing bachata.
2 teddy bears.
Let's go through the roll call. Craze Boogie is
I'm going to take the teddy bear comment as a compliment. But
wearing his LA hat. Ellie Jazz is here.
What's goody?
Hola, Ellie.
Like, go in the shade, the whole song.
When I tell
you look extra white today, babe.
Me and Craze.
I am white.
Excuse me. Let me go through my intro. Y'all interrupted Craze last week while he was doing his intro.
Yeah, you see?
I mean, I got some pointers going in here. Rebel is here from a Rebel's perspective.
Yes.
And my man O is here. O's in somebody's farm.
Yeah,
you got the trees in the back.
Live
from the woods.
Live from the balcony.
You know what's funny? I've been wondering where the hell you are. Is that your balcony at home?
It's so being that the apartment is getting renovated right now, we've been staying with the in-laws, so it's actually the in-laws balcony.
Yeah, it looks like the in-laws balcony because it looks like something they could afford.
Wait, what that's supposed to mean though?
I don't know how to take that.
I just don't know. As New Yorkers in our 30s, we're able to afford a balcony yet. I don't know.
Rebel, we've been on the show for what, 5 minutes, and you already came with some heat on me, Craze, Ellie.
She's Michael Jackson.
I ain't saying all of that, but if the shoe fits, Ellie, if the shoe fits.
You see?
Damn.
I love you guys.
So let me go around the table and give you my thoughts on last week's episode.
Yo, tell us. No one really cares, but tell us what you think.
No, the audience obviously cares because there's like 29,000 people watching right now. It was only 2.
Yeah, added 9,000 up in there.
You guys did a good job, yo. I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm not surprised. I was happy.
I was gonna say,
it was better than I expected. I expected great things, but it was better than that. Yeah,
just say you missed us. That's it.
Except for I don't even understand how you don't even assemble the mic before you go live.
Yo, look. In O's defense, he was ready on Sunday this week.
O's just like, yo no sé qué decir ahora mismo. Whatever, bro. You got that.
Listen. To be honest, that's part of my most unprepared podcaster in the game persona.
That was the best. It was best.
No, that was a good episode.
That's O's hashtag from now on. And me and Chris are working on a reel of O's bloopers.
Of not being prepared. Just
O's bloopers.
You know what it is? Honestly speaking, that's genuinely me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even one of those things that I thought of, oh, it would be funny if I did that. It was one of those things that was like, I want to use my mic, but I was still doing stuff in the other apartment. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to figure out the mic thing now.
And then, while I was away, said he had the best voice on the podcast. So that's a problem. At the end of this podcast, we're going to talk about it.
I think Rebel said that.
I did. I said he should do something with that and get some English.
All right, so
Rebel was like, that's not your voice. And I was trying to
we're going to put Rebel in the penalty box for 5 minutes for that.
Rebel got the best voice in here.
All I know is I'm going to condense mic because O is not going to beat my voice. All right?
Oh, man.
I'm going to get a condensed mic just like O, and we're going to do a voice off.
Battle of the voices.
Does the popper thing help anything?
Yes.
It does help. You don't got your spit on the mic.
Stop you from popping.
And it doesn't, your breath doesn't smell on the mic.
And then it stops the COVID transmission and all that.
So should I set it up now?
No, not now. Oh, we already started.
Yeah.
So it was funny last week. It was funny. It was informative. It was great. It was the first time I had ever not been on my own podcast. So
how did that feel for you, not being on the podcast and being a watcher?
I needed a break, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But I 100% needed a break. And it energized the fuck out of me not being on the show. So we'll talk about that in a second. But thank you. I just want to say thank you to you all.
You're welcome.
We're not running no segments today. This show is about feelings today. I'm back, and I'm all in my feelings today.
Rebel, look what we did.
Look what we did.
No.
Look what we created. We created monsters. Emotional monsters.
You're in your feelings?
I'm going to say this. I needed a mental break, and I almost quit this whole game 2 weeks ago.
We wasn't about to let you do that, though.
Of course not.
I would have showed up in your house for the first time like, Rick, ¿dónde está Rick? Yo quiero hablar con él ahora mismo.
So I called, this is the issue, right? I've been doing this for so long, and I got certain expectations for me, for the crew, and for the show. So instead of taking my own advice and taking those small victories and then just continuing to work on the bigger victories, I just got caught up in the moment. And then Rebel put it in perspective when she said, Mercury's in retrograde right now? Is that what's going on?
Fact.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Plus, I wanted some time for myself, my wife. We are expecting our second child.
Another baby.
While we were away, we announced, I think we did the announcement on Monday, and you guys went on Tuesday. So, yeah, I almost quit this game. It happens. Those doubts, they come into your mind. Luckily, I got a strong team behind me to continue to push and motivate. Craze was not involved in that at all.
We all flexing here because I got
Craze was saying, "Yo, you need to just quit, bro. Nobody wants you. Nobody wants you up in here." So
Craze was like,
"We're just
missing
your muscles, Ali. We're just missing your muscles."
I work on it.
So while I was away, we got invited to do a couple things. The Creole Food Festival. You guys did a good job. And then we did BronxNet got a show called This Is Your Spotlight. Me and Crazy is on that. It comes out in 2 weeks.
A lot of fun.
Awesome.
And then tomorrow, Talk Your Shit podcast comes out tomorrow. And that's with me, Rebel, and Craze. So being on those other two shows, charged me up.
Charged up?
Yeah, me too. Plus, that tequila was bomb.
Yeah, I don't drink, and they made me drink tequila, so I
had to take the D train after that shit too.
So.
Bro, we took it with you. You was not alone. Stop acting like you was not safe.
Y'all abandoned me on the D train.
You was alone for 4 stops.
I'm afraid of the train, man.
So it charged me up, We got some dope shit coming in September.
Oh.
So today here I'm with the Uptown Live Media crew. So for those of you who watch this show on BronxNet or BronxNet.org, look up Uptown Live Media and check out their shows. Today I'm here with a fellow CCNY alum, Rick Yeho.
Go Beavers!
Go Beavers, TCNY Beavers. And I'm also here with BX Craze, aka
Also, I did like a semester at CCNY.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Crazy.
Yeah, I think I saw you like briefly.
That. Yeah, okay. So
what major?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sociology, I think at the time.
This is like 03, 04.
Yeah, this is like 2003.
So, all right. So for Uptown Live Media, for those of you who do not know about them, tell us about all the different shows you have under you guys' belts.
So we started the Reggae Show in 2018, and from there we just kept building. And Crazy and myself, we wanted to branch out and do a different show. So Uptown Live originally started as a show that me and Crazy were gonna do.
Yes.
And then we turned.
It still may be. I don't know. We've had a couple shows lately that I feel like
maybe
there might be something that we gotta explore there, but
revisit or whatever. So yeah, like and then we were having a conversation on May 17th. I'll never forget that date. And we were like, "Yo," I said, "Crazy, let's just make it a company, and let's build with other creatives, and let's take on some podcasters that either are starting or already are in
established.
the game, established, and let's create a team and let's all grow together and support each other." You know, I've been doing this for a while now. Crazy got 2 years in his belt also. So there's like a lot of knowledge that we have, and we wanted to share that. So, you know, it started with first me replacing, we were looking for Jada, because Jada was going to branch off and do her own show, which she has done, which is for the number Jada. And then we had to replace her as a co-host, and we just so happened to get Ellie to take that spot, and Ellie came to Uptown Live.
Who was recommended by Jayla too, actually.
By Jayla and Chris Hierro. So Ellie came with her own show, and then at the same time we were looking for a co-host. This young girl that was just starting out.
Hold on a minute. So you guys have been doing this only for a short while. What?
I think it's like 3 years.
It feels like it's more. I don't know why.
It is more. And when I was in City College, I was I think VP. I'm gonna say VP of that, and I was also the VP of the media board. And me and DJ Boy actually had a show. He had his own show, and then we had a show together. I've been doing radio for a while.
Yeah, Rick's been doing this for a while.
No, yeah, I remember. And it was funny because when I first came in, I met Lucia, I met Blaze, I met Lucy, I met you, I met Emmanuel, and then I met Paul. And then, like, by the time 2004, 2005 came around, everybody graduated and moved on, and I was like, okay, this station has to stay afloat. So I had to attend media board meetings. I had to get like an official title because I was just like a DJ. Yeah. And then my DJ name was the worst because I was just like, oh, my name is DJ Erratic. Erratic? Why Erratic?
That's pretty good.
No, I just say I play what I want and I take no requests.
That's fly. That's kind of dope.
I played whatever the hell I had in my MP3 player. That's what I used to play. And then there's only two funny interactions, really quick. One lady, Miss Christian, who was part of the Career Center at TCNY, came, you're playing the music too loud. I can't even hear myself.
Yeah, we used to keep a tape on the board, on the mixer, and they would tell us not to go over that.
Exactly.
We could only
that, by the way. I kept that.
Do it only during club hours.
Exactly. Yeah. There was that, and then the other one was this one girl. I cannot forget her. She came up to me, knocking on the door, looking like she's gonna have an emotional breakdown. Why are you playing in sync? This brings back bad middle school memories. I looked at her.
Triggered.
You're in freshman year of college, and this music apparently triggered.
It triggered her, bro.
I told her, you know what I said to her? You're lucky we have counseling services. They're in the J building. I suggest you go there and go to that counseling center over there and work out whatever issues you got.
You had that bad crush on Justin Timberlake.
Apparently it's something. And I just went to her, thanks for coming. Wham! Slammed the door. She looked at me like,
damn, that's messed up.
But you mentioned Paul and Lucy. Paul was the president. Lucy was the treasurer. So I was VP. And those are two throwback names. Like Lucy was the one that helped me because Paul would go and he was really into anime and things like that and wrestling. He was big on wrestling.
Yo, shout out to Paul.
Yeah.
So I couldn't be president because I didn't have the time in the station. So I think you had to have like a semester in being part of the station. Yeah. So then Paul stayed in as president. Yeah. And I'll be like, yo, Paul, I want to repaint it was red. I think we painted it red.
Oh my God. One year that wall was like total red. Like,
yeah.
It was just like piss off red. I was like, yo.
And we did it. And he was like, yeah, go ahead, do it. So then after that, I remember because it was Seth. Seth quit and I took Seth's seats. That's what it was. He went to the newspaper.
Right.
Because there's two newspapers there.
Yeah, we had the campus and the paper. And I was just like, what's the difference todavía? Like, for me, it was just like, what's the difference? You guys are still reporting the same thing. The campus is only 10 blocks long. Like, what the hell could be happening on campus that you need two newspapers? For me, it's like the AM New York and then the Metro newspaper. I'm like, yeah.
No, the thing was, one would cover the community of where City College was. The other one was more towards just school. Same thing with the two radio stations because we had WHQR, which was an FM station, and WCCR, which was 640 AM, but now I think it's like 7 something, whatever. Right?
Yeah, and then
we had the TV station too. So it was pretty dope to be in.
With Ethiopia and with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really interesting. 1 year it was crazy because they repainted the radio station door. There was this one guy named Sergey who did a piece about Monhaven in the Bronx, and he put like old vinyl records. He put tapes. He put vinyls, tapes, and CDs, and had to show the progression of music and what's recording music nowadays.
That sounds like dope.
They took all that off. They painted the walls like gray, white, and like a light lavender color. It just looks like it's devoid of any personality. And I was just like, you know what?
Yeah, when I got there, it was like that too.
Yeah, do what you do. Just make sure that you go to. My thing was at that point when I became the VP, I had to replace you. So I became the VP and went to the media board meetings. I had to do all that. And I was like, you know what? You wanna show here at the radio station? Go to class. Come to your show and go back to class. Don't lounge around here. Don't be sleeping here.
Well, that's what a lot of people did, you know.
No, exactly. I had to be like a den mother, like, vete, go to class. You were paying to be here. You're not here for free. Go. But I just said, go to class. You can play music later. Goodbye. Your slot, it's at 5. It is 2:45. Don't you get a class? Vete. Vete.
Yeah. If you had a long break, a lot of people I hung out with, like Alvi, then there's Eric Perez. They would just come hang out at the radio station or the Rotunda.
Yeah, and a lot of it was interesting because it was kind of like a little hub. Like if I could describe it, it was like kind of like a little meetup hub for everybody. Like if you were part of the radio station, we always had the door open, and you know people will float in and out. They would say hi to us, and you know stuff like that. And things got better, you know. And it's nice when you have areas and spaces like that you can create that. And I'm sure that transferred onto the show that you're doing now. You know, to have like
100%.
A forum for your community and try to welcome everybody. As long as positivity and good things are, you know, being exchanged.
No, we're all about that negativity too. Not this.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, you know what's crazy is like one of the things that Rick was talking about that about the crew and how it kind of developed was like we just kind of came across people in this search for replacing Jayla, right?
Yeah.
It came up as like, yo, we met so many dope people that were like, yo, we can't pick one person. Like, well, I like this person, Rick like that person, and I was like, nah, I think we gotta look at other projects that we want to use people for, like that we want to collaborate on people with people on that. It's basically we started to kind of create this little universe, based on like us looking for like a co-host replacement. We started meeting people and we're like, yo, we met Rebel. We're like, did you hear her stuff? Look at all the content that she's put out. Like, it's amazing. Imagine if we had someone like that as part of the crew. What kind of things we could do with, and it just became this thing that was born and became Uptown Live. And that was what date did you say, Rick?
May 17th, me and Craze came up with a concept, and then June 15th we met up. We did.
Yeah, we brought everybody
promos,
together.
photo shoots, a lot of different things on that day, and we're about to do the same thing again. You know, we just added.
Okay. And we got an event that might be, you know.
Yeah, so we got a media event happening too. We just added Mozo yesterday. Mozo yesterday. So there's a lot of other realignments we need to do again.
Yeah.
With podcasting, what would you say, in your modest opinion, what would be like the pluses and the minuses when it comes to podcasting?
So like radio, it's intimate to me. It's old school. Originally, podcast was originally internet radio at the beginning.
Right, I remember.
And the way people consume it now is when they're going to work, coming from work, or on their lunch break, or when it's convenient to them to listen. And I think that ebooks also help podcasting as well, because certain people didn't have time to pick up a book and read through it physically. Sometimes they would listen to it. So,
and there's mad podcasts about other things, like the true crime podcasts. There's podcasts just about books and about, like, you know, dissecting concepts in certain books. Like, there's this stuff about emergent strategy that I listen to. There's one that's Wait, Don't Tell Me that I listen to. It just
Young and Profiting, which is like this young girl that produces a podcast, which is about just basically financial advice.
Finance, yeah. And
like that one's big. There's one about feet. I don't know. It's just
is that what you listen to?
Sounds a little scary.
No, I don't. I only listen to For the Love of Jada, The Rick A Show, A Rebel's Perspective, Chatting with Jazz. And it wasn't part of the show, Watch Your Mouth with Mozo, but I've been on the show before and I listened to that. I'm sorry, Wind and Cloud. There are some that are not ours. I like Wind and Cloud. They're dope.
I listen to Nueva York's whenever he drops an episode.
Nueva York when he was dropping his podcast. Gender Blender.
Oh yeah, I know them.
Latinos Out Loud.
Of course.
Latinos Out Loud is honestly one of the things that when we started doing the podcast together, because Rick kind of started this like 3 years ago, and I came on, I think like 30. How many episodes in? Like 30 episodes in, H?
No, not 30. So you came in at exactly episode number 18.
18 episodes in. I joined the team, and then that's when we kind of I sat down with Rick. I'm like, yo, let's do these type of outlines. Let's figure out some stuff. And I remember like we had a meeting downtown. It was Justin. Shout out to Justin. We miss you.
My brother, Benny.
Benny, we miss you too, even though I see you every day. But we miss you on here. And all the four of us sat down and kind of had like this brainstorming session and came up, you know, with kind of the format that led to how we started doing it at Monkey Room, you know, every week. And that was like about, I would say 2 years ago, right?
It has to be. 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been, you know, that's been the timeline for us. I feel like, I forgot what the question was.
118. She said, what are pluses and minuses of podcasting?
Pluses and minuses for you said?
No, in terms of, you know, doing podcasting in general. Like, the pluses apparently is the convenience of everything.
Yeah.
So the minuses would be like, what? Is it the work you got to put in terms of making
there is no minus, actually.
I would say for me, the minus sometimes is, not maybe a minus, but like a challenge sometimes is, what the fuck we're gonna talk about. I mean, can we curse on this one?
Wow.
This is Bronx.
Okay, don't worry.
But what are we gonna talk about?
No. I gotta fix that.
For us is what are we gonna talk about sometimes? You know, like we have our concepts and we have like the general idea of certain times or like certain episodes, but sometimes there's like this. Even like right now, like when we get on the air, we're kind of like, yo, okay, we know what we have.
That's not true.
a professional through and through. I know exactly what we're gonna do.
I don't think so.
I'm
gonna put together a little reel of Rick.
I mean, in our intro, there's me counting down. When the monkey room, I used to count down 4, 5, whatever, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I've messed that up so many times. I count down.
Just counting down from 5. Rick
from 5.
Note to self: give the bloopers to the YouTube crowd.
No, we have it. We have it. We used it as an intro for I think 2 seasons of me counting down, and it was messed. But there's some bloopers actually coming. Me and Craig been talking about for the last 2 weeks.
But yeah, plus and minuses. I feel like pluses for me is we have the most fun. This was in terms of the pandemic. This was one of the things that got me through it. I would say, like us.
Oh, it was great during the pandemic,
and it was.
You look forward to it.
It was something to look forward to. We still have fun, even though Rick and I feel like we've taken on a whole lot of stuff the last couple months. It's still something that we look forward to getting together and collaborating on with people, and just coming up with a concept and getting on the air and being able to execute it is like, I think Rick and I get high off of that, and I feel like so that's like a plus. And I think the minuses is that when those ideas it's hard to execute them.
You hit like writer's block sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of trying to reference. But you get kind of writer's block, or you have the idea, but the execution of it sometimes is like, how do we do it? How do we do the idea? But it's just a lot of fun, honestly. Every week is.
There's no minuses for me.
No minuses.
Everything's a plus.
Also, how many? You guys has 116 episodes. Do you guys ever say, okay, we're gonna?
I think it's 118. I'm sorry, it's 118.
Oh, 118.
Yeah.
So it's 118 episodes. Do you guys ever go, okay, for the next 6 months, we're going to do this amount of episodes? Because in TV, for example, like I'm doing monthly episodes. So for me, the cap is 12. I know for podcasting, it might be a little bit different in terms of you can throw out as many episodes as you can do, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it works different. TV and so in the last 2 years, video podcasting has become a thing. Originally, podcasting was just audio. So it's not the wild, wild west in podcasting. It is in the beginning, but then you start learning and growing. So for this year, I plan on dropping an episode of The Rick A Show every Tuesday. For this year. We normally do between 12 to 14 per season. But for podcasting, it's different. If you don't want, you don't have to do seasons. Like Joe Rogan's podcast, it runs numerically. It's like from 1 to 1,000 something, wherever he's at right now.
We broke it down for by seasons too, because each of the seasons kind of had a theme. We kind of
has a personality in itself. Yeah. So like this season 9, we introduced Uptown Live. It's called Welcome to Uptown. The season 8 was I forgot I have to look it up. I forgot. So season 7, every season. No, that's 5. So 5 was Loud and Live. # Loud and Live. There was one. Season 2 was more culture. Season 4 was for the culture. So every season has a theme. This season is Welcome to Uptown. So most of the guests you're gonna see on this season, they're from Uptown. And when we say Uptown, we don't mean Washington Heights. We mean Harlem, Washington Heights, the Bronx,
Inwood,
that
entire Yonkers area. Now after the versus battle, I think Yonkers.
Yeah, Yonkers is accepted. Jadakiss, if you want to be on the podcast, just
Jadakiss from Uptown.
Let us know.
No, yeah. Speaking of that, it's really funny. It's like everybody got caught up in a lot of other verses, but there have been a lot of verses that have not been like popularized. There was one with DMX and Snoop Dogg that nobody paid attention to.
No, that one was pretty cool. I watched it.
I liked it.
I watched the replay of it, and for me, because I grew up in a generation where I was listening to Snoop Dogg and DMX, so I wanted to invest time to watch it. But
it was a good one.
Yeah.
I also feel like maybe if it had been like DMX or some I don't know, because I love.
Yeah, Snoop. I don't think Snoop is his contemporary. It had to be like DMX or maybe like 50 or DNX or like Jay.
Oh yeah,
like somebody.
I'm sorry, DMX would have destroyed 50. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or
maybe Ja Rule.
Necessarily.
Or maybe Ja Rule.
Well, they had beef back in the day, though.
That would be great. So, Ja Rule and DMX actually makes sense because they were in a group together too. Yeah, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. So, as you saw from this one, is how you curate the music. So, and the Diplomats were playing the songs in its entirety with the words and everything in it, and they were screaming over it. The Locks just brought the beats, like, yo, play this beat. And they were doing the song.
Performed it,
yeah. So, who knows? It always depends on how good you are curating your music, putting a show together, and
song selection
as well. Yeah,
song selection was key for that, man.
Yeah,
that versus, I think that's why Dipset lost, in my opinion.
And Cameron took the back seat the first 3 records.
Yep.
When he should have came out, he should have came out with "Get 'Em Girls," and that should have been his first song, because he's like doing the whole thing with the dog, "Get 'Em Girls," like he should have started from that. And the beat is hard, but he was like, I'm gonna let Jewels.
Nah, he could have started with Jewels. It would have been, the rotation had to be Jewels, a medley. Jewel Santana, Dipset Anthem, Get 'Em Girls.
And Santana's Town.
At the end. Yeah, that's what I meant. Santana's Town, Dipset Anthem, and then Cam at the end. That should have been the first round.
Cam should have came up front because Jadakiss.
I've been making charts about this for like the last since the verses. So
you know what? Next episode that
I got an Excel sheet that I'm gonna share with y'all later.
How Dipset could have won that battle? I'm gonna talk.
So, I have a question. You guys say that sometimes the topics come to you that day, that moment. What's one topic that you won't?
Oh no, not that day. Not that day. Just
yeah.
Our episode's already prepared like the week before.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sometimes stuff comes up last minute.
It does because it's trending now. But I'm sorry, you go with your question.
Why are you interrupting people, bro?
I'm sorry. I haven't been on I didn't do my own show yesterday, so I'm a little rusty. Give me a break.
Hey. Nah.
All right. No, but my question is like, what topic would you guys kind of like shy away from in terms of like, I don't want to talk about that?
Nothing.
Yeah, we really be talking about everything. I mean, we will tell you some stories about topics that we have touched on that like lost us followers, and like, we 1,600
followers.
Yeah, so I feel like we try to stay true to ourselves, right? And we joke around a lot on the podcast. So I don't know. Sometimes I think our humor, we got to take what the consequences come with that. I feel like not everyone is gonna like it. Not everyone's gonna think we're funny, and that's okay. It's okay that not everybody thinks we're funny. But we try to do our own thing.
It's like a comedian working in a room. Sometimes the joke will hit, sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'll be that super, nothing against liberal people. I love liberal people.
I'm a liberal person. What you about to say? What's up?
No, not. I feel like me and you are normal liberal people, right?
Yes, I'm a radical. I don't know.
There's super liberal people, right? That like, and they'll be in the room and you say a joke and it won't hit well. And, I use the Ari Spears one as an example. Ari Spears, we were talking about when Kobe died, there was a comedian that made a bad joke. And it was in poor taste, so it wasn't received right. But a month and a half later, a comedian told him a joke like on the side. He wasn't on stage, and it was funny, and the way he delivered it was funny. So it sometimes just depends on your audience.
Yeah, and context.
Context, yeah.
Because like right when Kobe died, I'm sure people weren't really trying to laugh about that.
Yeah, like homie was outside the Charlotte's arena where Kobe was drafted by Charlotte and traded to LA. He was outside the Charlotte's arena. And he said, today's a good day. A rapist died. That's just. Yeah. It wasn't a joke, but that comedian has made jokes.
It's like a brand of humor that's like
he does consistently, but Kobe's not a normal celebrity. He's like a worldwide icon, so it wasn't received well.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had those moments.
No, but
stuff that we wouldn't. I'm just answering the question of like. Yeah. Are there times where we will hold back? I don't think we have yet.
I never hold back, and I never shy away from subjects.
Okay, wow.
Like we talked about George Floyd's death and Black Lives Matter. Me personally, I'm not black.
but I am Latino. But I felt like it was important for us to talk about that.
Yeah, we had to.
Oh, yeah. And I think, as podcasters, you guys have the more liberty to do that.
Yeah.
See, in terms when you have like a television show, like for example, as this show this is your spotlight, you have to tread lightly because being it's a more visual medium, you have to be careful what images you show and what you can provoke, because there are certain guidelines that they give you, like, okay, you could talk about this, but you can't have any political stuff too heavy. You can't have anything like that seems like someone's hurting each other or danger.
Yeah.
Like one person, she did a movie, and she was my very first guest on my show. And the thing is, it's just there was a scene in the movie that showed like the back of the lady's back and like a little bit of side boob. And, she was riding the dude in the bed. It was like, yeah, that concept's porn and obscenity. I love you so much. I can't show that movie.
Wow.
My very first show on BronxNet. I cannot show that movie. I love you, but I cannot show that movie.
So, Lin-Manuel Miranda was talking about this with In the Heights. So they were complaining about the hookahs and all that. A lit hookah in a movie is an R rating already.
Even smoking. Yeah, you have to put the warning smoking. Yeah.
Well, I own my podcast, so I don't have to worry about the FCC. I don't have to worry about guidelines that are given to me.
I mean, that's the power of the internet too. We don't have to go through like a rating system in order to put out our content. So,
but we do put out content that.
I think that stuff is friendly. I don't think
it could be repurposed, and we don't get too political on it. We try not to, because it is more meant of an escape rather than where we're not professional. I cover sports and stuff like that. I'm part of medias, but I'm not like a journalist. I'm not bringing you political news. So don't go to Facebook, don't go to Twitter, don't go to Instagram for news. You go to a news network for that.
I mean,
see, that's another thing that I was gonna ask. In terms of social media nowadays, especially for promotion, especially, is it hard to promote the podcast, or to really try to reel in more people, or you just let it go with the flow?
Yeah, I think we do our own thing. I could speak for our strategy has been not to really focus on too much of like who's paying attention as much. We kind of just are focused on doing the best version of what we want to do, right? And
engagement,
and engaging with people has kind of been a ticket for us too. We very much see ourselves as part of a community that we can kind of like continue to grow and continue to connect with different types of people. So like we embrace being like in the mix with stuff. And like I don't think that we don't really focus on the metrics as much. Maybe we should. But
no, I do.
Rick does. I was gonna speak for myself because I feel like Rick does look at the numbers, but I think for the most part we just go with what feels right for us to do.
Yes.
And I think there's something about like the content though. I don't think we cross any lines like that. I feel like we try to keep it friendly too. We're not trying to shock anybody. We're not trying to scare anybody. Yeah. So the content that we put out is really,
just to start a conversation.
Yeah, we like to make people think about things. We have some interesting guests and some folks that we think should be recognized more. And so a lot of the stuff that we've used the platform for other Rick Atro for has been also to amplify voices from Uptown, from our communities. And not just Uptown, but like communities like us. We look at people that they're doing dope stuff and we're like, yo, we wanna see them shine. If we have a platform to do that, we wanna give them a little bit of that shine too.
But as far as like promoting like on social media, yes, there is a formula you follow. You do want engagement. That's the main key you want. You want people that are actually liking your stuff, watching, commenting, sharing. That's what you want. Don't worry too much about how many followers you got and how many views, because if you do that, you're not actually worried about the content, which is your number one priority. And Just because you came up with something, an idea, it doesn't necessarily mean it's great content. So I think you should take whatever the idea is, try to formulate it, perfect it, and then show it to someone. So like me and Craig, we bounce stuff off of each other. Sometimes he'll think something's great, and I'm like, I'm not too sold on it. Sometimes I'm like, yo, I got the greatest idea in the world. And Craig's like, nah, you're not seeing it from this point of view. So I think you got to take your content, master it, and tinker with it, and then take it to someone you trust and let them give you honest feedback and criticism on it. And if you're concentrating on your content, the followers, the engagement, all that stuff will come with it.
Right. I agree. It's kind of hard because when I came up with this TV show, is just because I found myself saying, I know great people that need their own spotlight. But then it's funny because of the name, Pregones, the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, they have the show called Spotlight. So my mom, God bless her, she goes, oh, your show's on. And then I see it says PRTT and Pregones. I'm like, no, my show.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys, but that's not my show. And I said, no. This is your spotlight. The name is based upon, like, in the film set, sometimes you got to tell the actor where to stand to make sure that the lighting is right.
Mark and all that, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be like, yo, Janet, stand here. This is your spotlight. This is your main light. This is your background light. And this is your, your hair light. Oh, okay. And Janet pays attention. He's like, get ahí, and then you're good. So that's why it's called This Is Your Spotlight. So, and I just...
Well, Janet is missing her mark then. She doesn't know where her spotlight
is. Yeah, she doesn't know what the spotlight is. And then you're screaming at her like, no, you look like a villain. You're supposed to be the good person in the movie, pendeja. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, Janet.
No, it's true. It's true. What I have to say in terms of your podcast, I like the authenticity that you guys have and the genuine rapport amongst each other. And it does have kind of a life of its own, if I could say that. And I think it's interesting. There are funny things that I sometimes say is like off the cuff. I remember, I think J-Lo was on and Rachel was on. And I'm sorry, I can tell that J-Lo was a little pasada de trago. I don't want to,
I mean, she was celebrating the release of...
Yeah, so she
of course.
She got a little happy.
But I can tell, though. And I was just like, because she kept on saying, Rochelle. I'm like... And then Eric was making fun of her. Yo, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, Jamie was like, who's Rochelle?
Exactly. Oh, my goodness.
And I kept telling her, I kept correcting her. Her name was Rachel. But yeah. No, it was... Things like that happen,
That's
like
Ben.
So and I think that's great. That adds actually character to the show, and it adds a dynamic.
I agree.
I thought that was great, but that's why I put the comment: "Don't drink and podcast." So that's why I put that comment.
Yo.
Yes, and Eric also he dropped in some good. Eric's good. I like his I look forward to it.
But he made me laugh about the Juan Bago thing because I'm like, I've known Michael since 2007. I met him back at the Latino Film Festival. So it was him.
I know Michael way before that.
Yeah.
So,
and it was funny because I like how he introduced himself. He made me laugh. He goes, I said, what's up? And it was kind of a diffusion effect. My friend Jakira, who I went to city with, she was doing, I think, advertising or something. Mm-hmm. And she got in. And Gary Santana at the time, who was at the festival. And then I was like, all right, I'll volunteer. And then when I met Michael, he was like, you're Dominican, aren't you? I was like, why you gotta single me out? Like, what, you got a detector?
Might have to call Mike on that.
See?
Yeah. And I said, yes, I'm Dominican. Yes, I'm a pale Dominican like you, bro. So what's the problem? He's like, no, nothing. I just think it's great.
He was just identifying with his tribe. He's like, yo, you're one of mine.
He's like, yo, I see you.
It's little meal, so you're one of mine. I get it.
No, exactly. And like I said, it started with that group, and it's just like it's grown from there. And I guess I consider myself fortunate to be surrounded by industrious, hardworking people. And I see you guys' effort, and I think it's absolutely great. keep on doing, what you guys do. I'll support. I'm just one person, but I support it anyway. I'll sit there.
We love it.
No, actually, your engagement is good.
We love how you interact with us, man.
You interact with us. You drop. You join the conversation by the commenting, which is the best part. I think more people should just comment. I know there's people that watch and don't comment, but it's great when we get comments. We're able to highlight those, and those sometimes are conversation starters for us. So your engagement is great. We love it. We look forward to it. That and Eric, but me and Eric.
You and Eric are hilarious though. I'll be looking at Eric like, oh no, he's about to like if you guys are at the bar, you guys would just be like, no, bro,
well, we did Eric's show, and it's because when we were on his show, we were able to rag on him.
Yeah, we took over his show. We were on his show, and we ran him down on his show. So he comes every once in a while.
He comes every once
to heckle us.
His little vengeance, but it's good. I love Eric.
We love him.
I saw him on the HBO comedy special Internos. And I thought it was pretty great. I was like, this is great. He is funny though. I gotta give it to him. He was good.
And he connects with I feel like if you live in LA, if you ever lived in LA or hang out with people from LA, that's that humor. I really rock with it though. I rock with it.
I just think that Eric is he's great at his craft. And because he's Latino, he might not get the shine that he rightfully deserves. But he's there though. He's in the conversation. I mean, he got super white on HBO Max. On the show, somebody actually went to the bathroom and peed during one of our recordings. So it's episode 10. Episode 10. If you go to episode 10 with Justin Treese, you'll hear Robbie Rob, one of our special co-hosts that day. He gets up and he uses the bathroom, and the camera and the mic happen to be in the bathroom at the same time, so you could. It's YouTube history. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
Embrace the chaos.
Oh my goodness.
Go with the flow.
So
that's how it is.
What's the?
He asks it all the time, though. He asks all the time.
You kind of have to. It's like your end out question.
Yeah, of course. Is there more expansion coming?
Yeah. So
other podcasts are you thinking into a foray, maybe into some kind of TV?
We got For the Love of Jayla, A Rebel's Perspective, Chatting with Jazz, The Rick A Show, Watch 'Em Out, Mozo, Untitled Project with Craze, and there's a 7th project with that. See, it's because when you ask these questions, there's certain things that you can't name because not everything is solidified.
Oh, of course.
But
so we can say we can talk about. So what I'll say is this:
the media panel we're gonna do, which is a podcast meetup in September.
Okay.
I'm doing something special on the Rick A Show when we get to 150. Next year, Justin and I will lock ourselves in a room and finish the documentary. Craze has a beautiful show that we're going to start filming soon too. We can't talk about that too much in the fall.
Right.
And there's some partnerships that are growing right now that aren't solidified 100%.
Yo, we might be getting a check from this. That's what Rick is trying to say politely. But it might be down there. We've been working with some folks that maybe looking to kind of partner up with us. So we have a few big things coming, hopefully before the end of the year. I think,
and I'm gonna do some consulting. So if you want to start a podcast,
okay. So would you guys ever get like straight up sponsorships? Because I know that at one point some podcasts are, media in general.
We've done
some sponsorships and stuff.
We've had La Rubia Blondale, we've had Dykeman Beer,
Dykeman Beer.
Dykeman Beer.
Yo, because they got one of the best beers. I don't like beer, and that's one of the only beers that I really would drink. I only drink
the Chinola IPA. That's
I only drink Presidente and the Chinola IPA from Dykeman Beer. Yeah, I recommend.
We also did something with Mikado wine.
That's okay. And Presidente.
I mean, but that's like cider. So
yeah.
La Cara, and I think there's other
La Cara wine, a different
not just
concept.
coming to a different concept. We have a segment with a different concept. It's called Creators Anonymous. Yeah, so those are the partnerships and sponsorships we've done so far. We've hosted events. We did the Dominican Heritage Day at Citi Field. We did the Big Apple Awards.
Yeah, I know you guys are Mets fans, especially you, Rick.
No, just me. Crazy is a Dodgers fan.
He's a Mike Piazza fan. Let's get that right.
Yeah, I'm a Mike Piazza fan.
These are the New York City colors. So I'm from New York City, so I feel like I represent New York City.
Rick, I don't know what Rick is talking about.
It's the color of the Knicks. It's the color of the Mets.
No, but if you look, New York City has a
flag. It's orange,
and these
white,
are the
and blue.
colors. Yeah. And just other projects we've done, you know.
No, because the reason why I know about the New York City flag that you're talking about is because for the Mott Haven Film Festival, shout out to my girl Noniska Carolina.
You're from the Bronx?
No. I was born and raised in Harlem.
Okay.
So I used to live around.
You said Mott Haven twice, so I'm like, oh. Shit.
No, because I actually did their IDs.
Oh, okay.
So I did their festival IDs. So I did that, and I actually helped them find sponsors. So that was like the cool part about it. So that's why I shouted out Mott Haven because of that. And I met her at City College, and I volunteered at film festival from 2007 until all the way till last year.
Oh wow!
And I like to be at festivals, and I'm actually volunteering for a film festival, the Havana Film Festival.
Wait, hold on. Havana Film Festival? When is that? Where is that?
It's September, and it's going to be at the East Village 7. So it's actually...
Is it the same time as the New York Latino Film Festival?
It is. It's about 2 days after. So because Latino is 14th to the 19th. And Havana, I believe, is from the 15th to the 22nd.
Okay.
And then you've got the New York Film Festival right after. And it's crazy. Because a lot of the festivals have shut down with the volunteering. So
yeah. But for us is the People's Choice Podcast Awards, 3 nominations this year, which is on the 20th. They send me, I think it's the 24th. I got to look it up. October 16th is the Latino Podcast Awards. We've got 6 nominations.
Let's go.
So between the film festivals and all the special events, we have those 2 award ceremonies coming up.
Yeah.
So 9 nominations. Let's see.
That's pretty great, actually. I think that's great that you guys have that. Me, I don't know.
Rick wants one of those.
I got a mention. That's about it at a festival. That's the most I've got.
No, that's coming.
It's coming. Yeah, September 24th at 11 o'clock at night.
Your phone is working. It's
No, that's...
Hold on.
That's my submission. So.
Oh, jeez. So...
September 30th at 9 o'clock. I'm sorry. That's the People's Choice Awards. So September 30th, October 16th.
Damn, but you guys are busier than I am. I just work, so that's all I do. This is my outlet from work.
I mean, it's me, Craze, Moso, Ali, Rebel, Jayla, Gigi.
You guys are a tribe.
Clarence, and there's 10 of us. So and it's 10 different personalities.
Exactly. That group chat is insane. We're all trying to coordinate now to because we got some events that are coming up that we want to go shoot some video at. So we're all trying to coordinate who's available. We had to start a calendar now because of this. So it's a lot going on.
That's heavy when you got to start a calendar for a group of 10 people. It's like, I can't meet you that day. Well, thank you to Uptown Live Media for joining me.
Thank you.
This is your spotlight.
Go Beavers.
Go. Shout out.
Shout out to the Beavers.
I mean, it's hard for me. I went to
Beavers.
CCNY. I went to St. John's.
Yes, and
now I'm in Full Sail.
We also have We also have different CUNYs as well. We have
No.
we have different.
Shout out to BMCC.
No,
I went to BMCC. Okay.
All right, BMCC.
Go Panthers.
Right. All right, but CCNY.
But I went to BMCC first, and then I went to City College.
Stop it. CCNY, let's go. CCNY, go
Beavers. You rep St. John's, man. Stop this.
No, I rep Full Sail University, baby.
Okay.
Full Sail University.
Okay.
That's the one. That's the media. It's coming soon. That's the goal.
All right.
Yeah.
So you work on the wallpaper.
No, I mean, I went back to school to finish on media, and I'm in Full Sail, so the degree is coming pretty soon, and I'm doing pretty well on it. So that's something that I'm personally very proud of.
Hell yeah!
No, that's
Full
good.
Sail.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do my master's for the minute, and I was just like, concho.
Just do it.
Yeah, but I have to think about it because I'm like, I might have to pay out
Full
of
Sail,
pocket.
12 months. No. Full Sail, 12 months.
Yeah, all right. I'll have to do 6 credits at a time. That's what my job will pay for. After that, and it has to be arts related. Because this I'm definitely going to edit out. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't like people knowing too much, but I work at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So I work
that's beautiful. That's nice.
So, hey, listen. I work as a security guard. I'm the one person that people ask the stupid questions of, where's the bathroom? Where's this gallery?
There's no such thing as a stupid question.
Oh, you know what? I fuck with people when people ask me that question. Like,
that's a stupid.
And I walk around though, and then when they said, excuse me, I said, yes, can I help you? Oh, where's the cafe? We have about 4 of them. Do you want to go to the roof? Do you want to go to that side? Do you want to go to that side? Did you want to go downstairs? Did you want to go all the way across?
That being thorough. That's good.
And they just go like, which is, then they break down like, I just wanted to know which is the closest one. I'm like, is your voice cracking when you're talking to me? Like, no. You sure? Because you seem kind of nervous. I'm like, no, I'm okay. Oh, where's the bathroom? Okay, you can go into my, okay. You're in front of the Greek guys. This is Greek and Roman, right? You see a bunch of naked dudes, right? Go to past the Africans, go all the way into modern art. Once you see there's the bathroom. Oh, okay. Where's Perseus? If you make the right of the bathroom, you'll see Perseus' big ass over there.
You know where all the Greek gods are?
Well, that's where I have to like work at. So there, the Egyptian section. Oh man, when they send me over there, I just go like, oh, we're all the 10 people who think about death all the time are here.
Wow.
They just look at me like, nothing says embrace life like staring at a bunch of coffins all day. And wondering, should I design my coffin that way? See how me pasa? I don't know.
That's a good idea. I want a sarcophagus too, like one of those like ornate.
Like the top version like of chancletas. You see the first version of weaves. I'd be laughing. I'd be like, dang. And see, people say we don't got that game. We did. Look, there's the evidence. Guys, thank you so much for your time. It's been magical. It's been beautiful. Have a good one. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Thank you so much for watching the show. Thank you to my guests from Uptown Live Media. Thank you to Rick Hierro, and thank you to BX Craze for so much of your time. Please watch the show. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you for the next episode. Enjoy. Thank you, BronxNet TV, for always broadcasting us. Take care. Be well.